Coming up on MovieBuff, we're in for a thrilling ride with Mark Wahlberg in The Happening. Prepare to fall in love with Audrey Tautou in Priceless. And whatever you do, don't make him mad. It's the Incredible Hulk.
M. Night Shyamalan, the genius behind films like The Sixth Sense and Signs, is back with new thriller The Happening. Starring Mark Wahlberg and Zooey Deschanel, we don't want to say too much, but it will have you making plenty of noises and covering your eyes. Well, if you're me, anyway. So why all the fear? Well, it's all about this kind of event that starts happening in New York. It's an unexplainable attack that no one fully understands. But one thing is clear, whoever or whatever's causing it, if you're hit, the consequences are devastating.
The first stage is loss of speech.
Claire?
The second stage is physical disorientation. The third stage is fatal.
I'm scared, Elliot.
It's okay.
The attacks.
Mark plays Elliot, a science teacher, clinging on to his marriage to Zoe's character, Alma. Together, they try and figure out their relationship issues while escaping the violent whirlwind of self-destruction that they're surrounded by. Finding a safe place to wait it out, though, is a nightmare.
Were we supposed to stop here?
What's going on? You can't just leave us here.
Sir, we lost contact.
With whom?
Everyone.
And even when they make it into the countryside, they're still not far enough away. Now, there's certain things that, rightly or wrongly, we will come to expect with a Night Shyamalan film, like a twist, for example. So then, is there one at the end of The Happening? Do we find out what really's been going on, and how many people will have to die? Well, for all the answers, clearly, go see it and find out for yourself.
Could this really be happening?
I've got a problem. There are aspects of my personality that I can't control.
See a shrink.
It's a little bit more complicated than that.
Bruce, trust me when I tell you, I've heard them all.
Not this one.
The Hulk is back. 5 years after Eric Bana played the comic book hero, Ed Norton stepped into the shoes of scientist Bruce Banner, who turns into the angry green giant when slightly stressed out. Bruce is being hunted by the US military, who want to turn him into a powerful weapon. Brit star Tim Roth proves a worthy adversary as the soldier Blonsky, intent on becoming the ultimate fighting machine, but instead turns into the Abomination. Ed says the Hulk may have met his match.
What Blonsky becomes is the embodiment of what Banner doesn't want to have happen, which is for this thing inside of him to be replicated and turned into a weapon.
Now, Ed Norton might not be your first choice to play the Hulk, but look, he's beating him up with a pair of cars. Not bad for a Hollywood lightweight. The lovely Liv Tyler plays Betty Ross, Bruce's old flame and current love interest. Liv admits she was a huge fan of the original TV show.
I just remember so vividly watching the TV show as a little girl. I lived in Portland, Maine, and my mom and I were just obsessed with this TV show. And we had just a little tiny television where you'd like switch the dial. I'm that old. No.
The Incredible Hulk is very different to Ang Lee's 2003 film, with some full-on action scenes and intense fighting. But with lengthy scenes in between of Bruce trying to find himself, it does feel a little tired. Still, fans of the comic book will get a kick out of watching their hero on the big screen. Stunning Da Vinci Code star Audrey Tautou is back on the big screen. Priceless is the French actress's first film since the epic puzzle-solving picture. She stars in the romantic comedy as Irene, a young woman interested simply in pulling rich men. Yes, it doesn't matter to seductress Irene what they look like as long as they're loaded. Her luck seems to change though when she meets Jean, rich and good-looking, or so she thinks.
Who seems to have it all.
Jean?
Except the one thing.
Si vite fait, j'envoie Martine faire la chambre dans 2 minutes.
She really wants.
Yes, played brilliantly by Gad Elmaleh, there is just one problem. Jean is skint. Although he does try to flash the cash like there's no tomorrow. But then it all changes when Jean gets the opportunity to have a go at being the gold digger.
He's playing her at her own game and giving her a run for someone else's money.
And somewhere along the lines, as he gets tips on how to get the most out of his new old other half, guess what, rom-com fans? Yup, they fall in love. Ah. So for a sophisticated, beautifully made film, if you're happy reading subtitles, or perhaps a French master, you won't waste your cash seeing Priceless.